let's talk about numerology. Now, in our last video, we discussed how numbers is basically the language of the universe. And what we need to understand is numbers don't just measure reality. They also can describe the soul. Let's talk about a few here. One, again, I think I mentioned in the last video, one represents the unity, right? It represents a pure spark. It represents your connection to divine. This can also be referred to the I am. Number two is duality. It's the me and you. It's the subject and the object, right? Number 7 is the seeker's number. Why is it called the seeker's number? Because this is the mystic path, and the number 7 is always searching for truth. And then number 9 is completion, right? So this signifies your soul returning to one, to wholeness. In numerology, your life path number isn't just a label. It's a mirror. So if you don't know your life path number, make sure you go ahead and find that out right now as soon as you are out this video. Because this number, it's a mirror. Okay, and it'll show you what role you play in this great consciousness play. Now, for those of you that are kind of confused, like, wait, what are you talking about? Okay, so for example, you have a life path number 3, okay, and they often express divine creativity. Now, a life path number 8 usually learns their mastery over power and matter in this lifetime, okay? A life path number 11 is a master number, and this soul is here to awaken others, point blank. It is serving as some sort of spiritual channel in this lifetime. And again, each number is like a key, and these keys are unlocking a new layer of who you are inside of this vast reality. Now let's tap into astrology. The stars above, they are not just distant fireballs. They are archetypes. They are energies. And again, they mirror the soul. I mean, that is why we, read our horoscopes. Now, talking about the different, signs we have, your sun sign will show you the essence of your consciousness, which is you, your inner flame, like you, who you truly are, right? Your moon sign will typically show how you feel reality, how you perceive reality. It's basically the hidden waters that are inside your inner world, right? And then your rising sign is the mask. It is the way you present yourself to this world. It is the way your consciousness inside, right, greets the world around you. But if we go even deeper, planet Pluto whispers of your soul's transformation. Uranus reveals where you awaken. And planet Neptune shows you where your reality blurs into the dream. Kind of like where it's like right in the middle, where it's very easy to get lost in these illusions, okay? One thing we gotta remember is astrology isn't faith. It's the language of consciousness. It's showing you the blueprint of how your piece of the infinite expresses itself. Again, we're going to that phrase, as above, so below. This is saying that the stars are not separate from us, okay? They are the largest mirror in which we see ourselves. So, who are we then? Let's talk about, again, let's go back to the mystical traditions, because they all point to basically the same answer. It's just put in different words. In Kabbalah, the soul is a spark of Ein Sof, which is the limitless. In Buddhism, the self is not a fixed thing, but it's more of a stream of awareness, right? It's like a candle flame that's passing from wick to wick. And then in tarot, again, the Fool represents the eternal self. Okay, it represents walking through all the stages of life, yet never losing its divine innocence. Science, again, hints at this exact same mystery. Quantum physics suggests that the observer changes reality, which means you are not just watching life. It means you are participating in its creation. Here's a question that you can carry into a deep conversation. If you are consciousness inside a larger field of consciousness, does that mean you are separate from reality, or are you reality itself becoming aware? Because again, Plato once said, know thyself. And when you do, you don't just know you begin to know, you begin to understand the cosmos. So when you ask someone, who do you think you really are? Just pause. Because their first answer may be, I'm just me, or I'm just this body. But again, we talked about holding the silence. If you let silence breathe, deeper truths will rise. Now let's talk about the Gospel of Thomas. In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus said, when you know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will understand that you are the children of the living Father. But if you do not know yourselves, you dwell in poverty, and you are that poverty. So basically, to know yourself is to wake up. Because most people, again, walk through life asleep. They identify with the mask, with the surface. All they think about is bills, work, roles, labels. But when you remember your consciousness, that you are a spark of the infinite, that you are the universe becoming aware of itself, suddenly life feels different. Wonder returns. Curiosity, right? Sacredness returns. And conversations open doors again. They open doors instead of closing them. So here's my invitation to you after this video. Next time you're in a deep conversation, ask, who do you think you really are? Do you believe you are your body, your mind, your soul, or something greater? And if reality is consciousness, what part of consciousness are you? And then listen. Because the answer someone gives may not just be their own voice. Again, it may be a whisper of the cosmos that is here reminding us to know the self, okay? Because to know the self is to know reality itself. Until the next video, guys, keep seeking, keep asking, and keep remembering the mystery is not only around you, it is within you.